Excuse me, could you point me in the direction of ScreamCity? Never mind, I think I found it.
Hello, horror freaks. Welcome back to ScreamCity. I'm your host, Monica.
And I'm Jess, and today we will be discussing a new movie, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So, as you can tell, we don't have any audios for this episode. That is mostly because we went back to recording how we did before we got the fancy equipment with our new crew. Part of our crew is just sick right now, so we're having to revert back to the old OG ways of recording in my bedroom, which is a vibe nonetheless. It is a vibe. So yeah, but before we get started with the movie, let's go ahead and get some life out of the way. Jess, do you have any jump scares for this week?
Where do I start?
Too many.
But I think the biggest one, and like, this is both a jump scare and like a good thing.
Okay.
It's this little thing called the country of Mexico.
Yes.
I did go.
I saw that you went.
I did go
you
for
have
5
a good
days.
Time?
By the third day, I was like, I want out. By the second day.
How long were you there for?
5 days, bro.
5 days.
From Wednesday morning to Sunday night.
Girl, I used to go when I was younger. Did you have to go like all summer? Ever?
No.
Bitch, my mom,
I went,
we got out of school, my mom packed our shit, took us to Mexico for 2.5 months, brought us back. I went to school the next day. Yep.
By the second day, I was thinking, my thoughts were in Spanish. I said, who is this? Who is this? Who am I trying to be?
Bro, I'm not even kidding. Because I would be in Mexico for so long when I was younger, I would come back and I'd be like, I would just be in the bus, like on a highway on like 635. And I'm like, what is this?
Exactly.
It feels so weird.
And we bought the ticket. Like, we bought the tickets to go literally the night before the flight.
Oh, yeah.
So my brain didn't have time to process that I was going to Mexico. Like, last time I went, I had like 3 months to prepare mentally.
So you had some time.
And
this
so
was more like, let's go. Vámonos.
The first and second days, I was like, where am I?
Yeah.
I was questioning life, you know? But anyway.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was both a jump scare and also a really good thing because I got to see my grandparents.
Good.
And see how my mother used to live back in her days.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Good.
Yeah, what about you?
Jump scares. I don't know. Nothing major has really happened enough for me to count as a jump scare. I'm going to say this each and every time, but just life in general, you know, like every time I think that we're cooling down in my life, something else pops up. So, for now, we're chilling, to say the least. You know what I mean? Work will always be a jump scare because who wants to wake up early?
Right.
And then, yeah.
Be there for 12 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. I don't know. But that's pretty much it.
Nice.
None crazy.
Well, with that. But finally getting into this movie. If you haven't had the chance to watch this movie, just know that there will be spoilers, as always. So yes. Don't say that we didn't warn you.
This is a newer movie, so there will for sure be some spoilers.
And it's definitely not Thanksgiving anymore.
No, we were supposed to do this right after, but hey, man, what's like the saying? Better late than never.
Better late than never.
Okay. Oh. And never say never. Never say never.
But to give a quick synopsis of this movie, after a Black Friday riot ends in a tragedy, a mysterious Thanksgiving-inspired killer terrorizes Plymouth, Massachusetts, the birthplace of the infamous holiday.
Okay, so when I was watching this, I did not know where this was going. Whenever we got the whole because when I tell you I did not see a preview to this, I didn't know where this was going, and so when we got like the scene of like Black Friday, I was so like, what is happening?
and also, like, respectfully, Black Friday is not like that anymore.
Absolutely not. Friday? We're gonna get into that.
We are gonna get into
absolutely,
that.
But just know, we have some thoughts on that.
We do. But,
okay, but so with saying the synopsis and everything in our little a little commentary there. Jess, what are your three for this movie? So your first impression, your favorite scene, and your favorite kill.
Okay, so first impression. If you know, you know. Let me go ahead and address the elephant in the room. If Patrick Dempsey.
Who is Patrick Dempsey?
If Patrick Dempsey, Mr. Officer, what the fuck is his name? Officer Shirt.
Oh,
don't worry.
It's Officer McDreamy.
Officer McDreamy. So if Sheriff McDreamy was yelling my name, which he did.
He did. Jessica. Oh, that was good.
I stood up in the movie theater and I said, "Sir, yes, sir."
You said yes, sir, yes, sir.
I said, "You call my name?"
Have you seen? Do you know like the line like "Get in the car, Elizabeth"? Do you know from like Good Girls, the show, Netflix show? No, okay, never mind then. Okay, moving on.
All right,
go ahead.
But yeah, no. So first impression, love that man. I love that man, and the fact
Mr.
that he won Sexiest Man of the Year or whatever.
Yeah, Sexiest Man Alive.
As he should.
Yeah.
As he should.
He is really handsome.
But yeah, no. First impression, I trust you, Monica, because I know that whenever you say, I think you'd like this movie, any movie.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I do end up really liking the movie.
Yeah.
I did enjoy this movie. It was gory. It was funny. It had Patrick Dempsey yelling my name. It had the main character have my name.
It did. I was like, she's gonna eat this movie
sure
up.
Did. And
it has
still
the
am.
things that she enjoys.
Still am. But yeah, that was my first impression. I did really enjoy it. I really liked it.
Good.
My favorite scene. Okay. I was going to choose a kill just because I forgot the movie already, but I do remember my favorite scene, and my favorite scene is the infamous, well, more like, I don't even know if this would be considered infamous, but the iconic, shall I say, scene where John Craver, is that his name? John Kramer?
Craver?
No.
Kramer?
Crover? Anyway,
okay.
The pilgrim.
Oh, yes.
The killer,
yes.
right?
Yeah, oh, okay,
Basically,
understand.
Officer McDreamy.
Yeah.
When he feeds the cat.
Yeah.
Because
such a simple scene, yet very important.
Very important.
Very
and
important.
For that, it's not getting docked the point.
That is so true.
An animal dying in the movie.
That is so true because we get a cat in this movie. Also, I don't know if it's true. I know we posted it on our Instagram because I was like, because I reposted it on our story because I saw Horror Daddies posted it because like the cat that was on his little like actor chair, and I was like, Pookie ate. But people are saying that he is the same cat from Pet Sematary.
Here's the thing.
But I don't know how true that is.
I could be wrong.
And that could be one of our facts now that I think about it. But because I don't know how accurate that is.
Don't quote me on this. But I think this is the same cat as the Pet Sematary show, but not the movie. Because if I'm not mistaken, the movie, I used to follow him. I think his name was Leo. Leo did unfortunately pass.
The one from 2018?
The movie 2018.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
Could be wrong, but I'm also pretty sure that I'm right.
R.I.P.
And I could also be wrong, but you know that Maine Coon that's on Pet, like anytime you go to a PetSmart and it's like right outside the door?
Probably.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure Leo is that Maine Coon, the one from the 2018 movie. But I could also be completely bullshitting.
I know, we don't know how accurate these are. Also, I've seen Instagram posts and things like that. But if it is from the show, that means that's still cool. Because Pookie out here getting his bag.
He getting his bag.
He or her. I'm going to be honest. I don't even know if it's a boy or girl, but.
He eating. Or
he
they're
eating. They eating.
They eating.
Period. As
but
should.
No, I do remember following a cat. And they eventually passed, and the Instagram page just like never posted after that. I know.
That is so fucking sad.
I'm pretty sure it was Leo from.
Okay,
anyway.
Moving on. Anyway, but that is a really good scene. Anyway, because also it was giving I can't call him anything else than Patrick Dempsey because I also watched this movie not like a while back, so I don't remember the characters' names. Mr. Sheriff McDreamy, it was giving for the gays. Because what other killer would feed a cat?
Exactly.
Knowing that he just killed the owner.
Exactly.
He thought about it.
And we know that...
And cats are for the gays.
He's a sensitive man.
Yeah.
Very sensitive man. And he has a soft... Behind all that killing, he has a soft spot
100%.
for cats.
Okay.
For animals. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, true. What's your favorite kill?
One more thing. If you think about it, he didn't kill a turkey.
He didn't. He was killing people.
The main course.
He didn't. He killed the person.
He killed the person for the main
because
course.
People are bad.
Period. Favorite kill, y'all. There's too many, but
there was a lot.
There were a lot.
A lot.
But
they were all really
cool. I think my favorite is going to be. Oh my god, it has to be Amy.
Remind me which one was Amy's.
So, stabbed in the cooter.
Stabbed in the cooter. That fucking trampoline. I was telling Jessica, if new fear unlocked when I jump a trampoline. Someone underneath it with a knife.
That's scary. Like,
that's very scary.
It was pretty short. I do think if I had a second runner up, it would be Lizzie's, because she just gets completely like run over and like cut in half.
It was Lizzie,
the waitress.
Hers was good.
And then he puts her bottom half on top of the store.
Yes, that was really funny. That was funny.
It was really cool.
Anyway,
but yeah, I think my favorite kill has to be Amy. Second runner up is Lizzie. What about you?
That's good. Okay, so my first impression, guess what? I actually remember.
Me too.
Yeah, like I actually remember when I watched this for the first time. Mostly because it was recent, but that's not the point. It's the fact that I remember. So again, I mentioned it in the ending of the last episode, which I now realize I don't think you guys were able to listen to that because that episode cut in half and it's not even the full episode. Whatever. Anyway, so my boyfriend and I watched this at the drive-in for our anniversary outing, and it was a really good time. It was the perfect weather. Snacks were really good. I could have been a little more comfortable, but that was my fault because I didn't bring enough blankets. So it was a little stiff, but nonetheless, still a really good time. Now, the movie itself was so good to me. I left the drive-in like smiling so hard because I was so fulfilled as like a horror freak. And that's really all I can ask for is to be fulfilled from a horror movie, no matter what type of horror it is. And so again, and then when I was getting in the car and like packing up all our stuff, and I was like, I know Jess is gonna really like this movie. I was like, it's comedic. I was like, it has her name as the literal like what is it? Why can't I think of it?
What did you say?
I was like, it literally has her name as the main character. Yeah. And I was like, and it's Patrick Dempsey. And then I was like, what else can you ask for? And I was like, and it's really gory. It's really good.
And of course, I, of all people, noticed that Patrick's character, oh my God, Officer McDreamy, never called her Jess. He always called her Jessica. And I think of all people would notice that.
Absolutely. So because Jess is such like a common, like such a common nickname. And so it's, I don't know. But I had a really good time watching this. My first impression of this movie was good because I really liked it. Again, I hadn't seen a preview for it. The only reason that I found out about this movie is because when my boyfriend and I were looking for a movie to watch at the drive-in, this was one of the options. And because I thought this was like an older movie, because I was like, the poster also looks pretty old. Yeah. So I thought that this was just an older movie that the drive-in was showing, and so I was like, what is that? And then I saw like I think it was maybe the poster or something, and I was like, it looks old. And then he was like, but Patrick Dempsey's in it. And then I was like, oh, like maybe young Patrick Dempsey. Yeah. And then I saw like a screenshot, and then I was like, that's not young Patrick Dempsey. Yeah. And then whatever. And then I was like, oh, it's like a new movie. And then the ratings for Rotten Tomatoes were like pretty high. And so I was like, fuck it, like let's just go watch it. And I ended up loving it. So good first impression.
I did see, very slightly did I see the trailer, but I on Instagram it was like an ad.
Oh yeah.
And it was a trailer, and then like 3 seconds in you see Patrick Dempsey, and I immediately stop it. I take a screenshot and I send it to my friends, and I'm like, McDreamy's in a horror movie.
Oh, it's that's like all that we need.
I let it go. Like I didn't watch the rest, so I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. So very similar.
Yeah, and then I also saw that like Addison Rae was in the movie, and then I was like, with all due respect, I think this has to be some type of like comedy. I was like, because there's no way. Yeah, I was like a TikToker like in a pretty big film. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so it was a really good first impression. I really liked it. My favorite scene. So this movie had a lot of good scenes for me. My overall favorite, I think, was when the place setting on the table for Thanksgiving was of the victims and the heads. I think it's such a cool concept, especially for like a holiday film like this. And I think what I liked about it is like it leading up to what the whole table looked like. So like all of the kids getting screenshots or like Instagram notifications of like each victim that he kills and then putting it out there. I thought it was just so funny. It was funny because I was like what's the distinct motherfucker like thinks this way? So I don't know. It was just really cool to see. Now my favorite kill. There are so many kills in this movie. They were all so gory.
They were.
It's like insane. Like it's really good. But for mine, I think I'm gonna have to choose Kathleen's. And you had to remind me which one Kathleen's was. But now that I think about it, it is a really good one. Because it was either between that or the waitress. Because I really do. It sounds so fucked up, but like I like the way that the waitress dies too. Because it's so funny. Whenever he puts like the bottom half on top of the fucking store sign, it's so funny. But I thought it was even more in theme and more comedic when he literally roasted Kathleen and fucking served her. And then the way he put her on the table, bro, I died. I was like, what the fuck?
No, and the way he sliced into her leg.
He did. He literally cut up in a slice of her leg and like put it on a plate. This shit was disgusting.
It was disgusting.
Was
I'm
this shit looked dry.
About it, right?
This shit looked dry.
But to be fair, turkey is a dry meat.
It can be. I feel like if you don't put enough like juice in it.
This is why I'm a ham girl.
Well, because turkey is also, you're supposed to be injecting it apparently like every 40 minutes, every 10, 20, I don't know.
We never do turkey because
I have not done Thanksgiving with my family in a while because I've always worked. But for the most part, like, yeah, now that I think about it, turkey is a little bit more on the drier side. But that bitch looked like the Sahara Desert. I was like, there ain't no juice in there, no nothing. I was like, you roasted the wrong bitch, but okay, you do you, I guess. So yeah, good 3. Nice. All right. All right. Let's go ahead. We can discuss the movie a little bit more. Maybe some of our favorite aspects of the movie. Let's just go ahead and get out the way. Black Friday.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's a whole conversation, right?
It's a whole conversation.
Episode, bro. Because let me tell you right now, I hate that like we're at that point of our lives where we can now see the difference between us and like the generation that's like slowly creeping up on us. Because it's like, what are y'all doing?
Here's the thing.
What are y'all doing?
I was in Mexico, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, all of that. And I was FaceTiming my sister, and she was on Black Friday. And I was scared for her life because I was like, oh my God, she's at Target at Black Friday. Girl, she showed me the store. It looked like just like a regular Sunday.
Oh.
It looked just like a regular
Sunday.
Sunday.
What time was she there?
Like 4 p.m.
Oh. On Friday.
On Friday. On Black Friday. It literally looked just like a regular Sunday.
A regular Sunday.
So, yeah, Black Friday is not how
it's 100% not the same as it used to be. Like, the Black Friday that we see in this movie, I haven't experienced since, like, 2008.
Here's
also the sad thing. The sad thing is that, unfortunately, I don't think that's an exaggerated, it's not an exaggerated depiction of what Black Friday really truly used to be. People literally used to fight physically.
They used to get
and like threaten and like violent. Like, I mean, to be fair, I think I would. To be fair, for someone who's broke, coming from someone who ain't got no money, if I saw that there was a $2,000 TV on sale for like $100. Get the fuck out my way.
Get the fuck out my way.
Get the hell out my way. Or I will be knocking you over with this goddamn $2 Roomba I just found. No, yeah. And so I thought the depiction or like the scene of the Black Friday, the scene that we got at the beginning, I thought was brutal.
Can I just, and you know what? Now that we're here, I just want to do a very quick rundown on the kill count.
Oh, okay.
And y'all, I haven't watched this movie. It's been a second since I watched this movie.
Me too.
So I might have missed someone, but don't judge me, okay?
Yeah.
Starting from beginning to the end, we've got Doug, the security.
He got, oh my God.
Stampede to death.
Yeah,
that was
literally
depressing. And Bobby trying to help him, and he ended up hurting his arm.
Yep.
Like, we've got Amanda, who was hit in the head with the cart and de-scalped by 2 carts, by Lizzie's cart.
Bro.
So I'm
Oh
glad
my
Lizzie
God.
got a pretty brutal death, because that was fucking gross.
Yeah, that was because she was the waitress, right? Yeah, that was pretty fucked up.
And then we go straight, and I don't remember if we lose someone else during the Black Friday riot, but we've got Lizzie, who was the person who ran over Amanda. She was ran over.
She was ran over.
And she was cut in half. Her top half, like, literally jumped into the trash can.
Yep.
Manny, the security guard with the cat, he was decapitated really cool. Like, Sheriff McDreamy, like, did some weird, like, jiu-jitsu looking thing, and he just, like, sliced his head off with, like, a piece of, like, string or something. Do you remember?
I'm trying to, maybe?
The security guard.
Because he was in his house, right?
Yeah, he was in his apartment trying to leave to, like, Mexico or whatever.
Yes,
or
yes,
Panama.
yes. I think he did use, it was, I don't remember what.
He did, like, this weird, like, move where it was super quick, and it ended up
He
decapitating
just, like,
him.
Yeah. It was really cool. That was
and
a cool one.
Lonnie, the jock, his head got twisted.
Oh,
around.
that was a good one because he was watching what's her face
Amy,
like do the trampoline thing, and he straight up
just like
did a full 360 on him.
Yeah. Amy stabbed in the cooter.
Oh my
and other
gosh,
places.
that was sad.
Yulia,
R.I.P. Who Kruger,
stabbed in the fucking eardrums. That hurt.
Was that Addison Rae?
No, Yulia is like the blonde girl.
Oh,
Addison Rae
that's
doesn't die.
right. She was the one on FaceTime.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
She
that
was
was
stabbed
bad.
in the eardrums, and then she got sliced to death on the wood slicer.
Well, then doesn't her dad die before or after that?
He didn't die, but he got shot with like a like a silencer, like with a dart.
Oh, I thought he died. Okay,
What's it called? Tranquilizer.
a tranquilizer.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And then the poor random grandpa driver who was driving the float for the Thanksgiving parade,
Yep.
and the two little his two little granddaughters
They were
sitting
like,
next to him, being like, "Grandpa."
Yeah, that was sad.
He got impaled in the head with a wooden structure from the float.
That was sad.
That was traumatizing. Kathleen, she got roasted, quite literally,
Literally roasted.
and
Did
decapitated.
did all he do was tranquilize her and then put her in the oven, or did he like?
No, like he didn't even, he tranquilized her, and then she woke up in the oven.
That's right.
She woke up in the oven.
In the oven. Damn, that's
And
fucked
then
up.
Evan, poor Evan, I thought he was cute. Smashed in the head with a meat tenderizer.
Which one is Evan?
He's like in the Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, that's right.
And
was he the one that was like captured and then at the dinner?
he was captured with Addison Rae.
Yes, and they
At
were
the
at the
high
dinner
school.
table and they were like screaming.
Yeah.
And then he ends up killing her or killing him.
Yeah. And he was recording that one because Evan is the one who recorded the whole thing. Remember?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I do remember. Okay. I've caught on now.
But yeah, now.
And I just know that there's a few others that maybe we possibly missed, like because there were so many more.
But Bobby didn't die.
Bobby did not die.
Bobby didn't die.
Did they? Now that I'm
Scuba
like,
didn't die.
well, now that I'm like thinking about it, did they capture McDreamy or did they kill him?
Remember?
I thought she killed him because she
like,
blew up the
she
balloon.
blew up the thing, but the officer at the end was like, "There's no way anyone could have survived this."
Got it.
But I mean, there's gonna be a second one.
There is
so-
a second one, so maybe he might be coming back. Okay.
But I was gonna say something. Oh, question for you, Monica, and then I'll answer. Did you guess correctly? Who were your suspects and all of that?
Okay. So I feel like I'd be dumb if I didn't suspect Bobby.
Yeah.
You know, because I was like, it has to be in the inner circle. Like, everyone here has a reason to hate that day because everyone lost at least someone or something. And then I was like, so everyone right now is a suspect. And then I don't remember at what point. I think it was, oh my God, again, I feel like I watched this months ago. I want to say, I think it was the part where, was it Bobby and Jessica go to Sheriff McDreamy to tell them like, or to tell him like, we have evidence of like so-and-so.
It was Milo's character. What was Ryan or something? Hold on.
I thought it was Bobby. He went with her, didn't he?
Yeah, but they
but
were
her boyfriend
telling-
at the time, right? Like, or who she ended up dating that one dude.
Yeah,
And now
I
he's
think
like in cahoots.
Milo Manheim. He's so fun. I forgot his character's name. I think his name is Ryan in the movie.
Okay. Well, either way, they like basically show him like screenshots. They go to his office and then they kind of just tell him, and then he's like, "Thank you so much for bringing this to my attention." And I don't know what. And then he's like, and then he ended up talking to Jessica alone at one point in his office too, right? I think I don't really remember. But anyway, that's kind of at one point where I started suspecting McDreamy.
6'3".
Oh,
Milo.
damn.
And he plays Jesus' stepdaddy.
Jesus is stepdaddy.
Yeah, Joseph.
Where?
In the Journey to
In Passion of
Bethlehem?
Christ?
In the Journey to Bethlehem, which I've also been wanting to watch.
Never seen.
But oh yes, his name is Ryan. Okay, we'll get into the cast later. But yes.
Okay. Well,
Sorry,
yes.
continue.
So I was starting to suspect him around like that time because I was like, something about him is just not giving. I want to help you.
Bobby or who?
No, McDreamy.
McDreamy? Right,
Yeah.
right.
Whenever Jessica had gone into like his office and she was trying to say like, I have this evidence or I have that, or I forgot. It was some part. It was one of the scenes where they were talking in his office, and I was like, something about his demeanor or like the way he's responding just isn't giving me like I'm on the side of the town or whatever. So in retrospect, yes, I guess I suspected correctly because I was like, it's always, well, not always. I was like, but most of the time it's someone obviously you don't suspect, but then also someone who has like the inside scoop to these
What's
things.
that Scream quote? Oh my god.
It's always someone you know.
It's always
someone you know. And
sure enough,
I know McDreamy, and it was McDreamy. So I did guess correctly, and that was, but I did suspect Bobby, and I did suspect Ryan, which is Jessica's boyfriend. And then I also suspected the Evan, I guess, who was recording the entire thing. Just at one point, because I was like, because he was sadistic enough to like record Black Friday and just be a standby and laugh at everyone dying.
He's probably sadistic.
I was like,
kill.
there's no way where he wouldn't be against killing someone.
Record it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly what he did.
And he was, and like all the Instagram stuff that was coming in, and so I was like, I'm gonna have him on my list just in case. But then he got captured, and I was like, never mind.
And killed.
And killed. I did think that it was multiple people though. I didn't think it was just him.
Me too.
I was like, there's no way he's doing all of this by himself.
Because, like, where the fuck did he go during the parade to have time to dress up as a clown? Which, by the way, that clown looked just like what's his name from Killer Clowns? Except for the outfit.
Which one?
The head looked just like, I forgot who. Like the tall one. I forgot his name.
Slim.
Anyway.
No. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. So me and Mateo were going back and forth, and I was like, but it has to be a group of people because there's no way he's doing all of this by himself.
How is he in two places at once? Like that's what I didn't understand.
Oh, I also suspected the dad, Jessica's dad, because I was like, he's very angry, and I was like, and I would not put it past him for him to do something.
I'm surprised Jessica's dad didn't die because he's the
Same.
one behind it all, literally.
Oh, that's
like
not Jessica's dad. I'm so sorry.
Are you thinking of Mitch?
Is Mitch the manager?
Yes.
Yes, I thought of Mitch.
Yes,
that's
me
who I
too.
thought of. Sorry.
I
thought Mitch was
1,000% me too.
Yeah, like I thought he was one of the guys that was maybe helping.
He was my first suspect. So
yeah,
for me, I had 3 suspects. The first one was literally Mitch because he lost his wife or girlfriend.
Absolutely.
Or whatever.
Yeah, he was so angry.
And the second one I thought was, I think the next one that I thought was Sheriff McDreamy.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was at the beginning that I was like, it has to be him.
Yeah.
But what like clicked for it, what clicked for me to think that it was him was kind of towards the end when Jessica escapes the house and she finds McDreamy laying down on the ground with like a tire mark on his face, and Jessica's like, she sees Bobby right in the warehouse, And then McDreamy comes up behind Jessica and is like, it was Bobby, blah, blah, blah. And
I was like, you fucking liar,
here.
because guess what? That's exactly what happened in Scream 6.
Exactly.
I was like, you bitches.
Yes. Yeah, no,
I love that
like
so much.
I was like, this is super sus.
Bitch,
so.
and then when they fucking revealed his affair with Mitch's wife, I was like, well, no wonder he's so fucking angry.
Yeah.
I was like, he was in love with her.
Lost his
Bitch,
baby.
I was like, there goes his motive.
Yeah,
what did you say?
1,000%. But here's the thing. John Craver, or whatever the fuck his name, the killer, was too tall and too skinny. I'm so sorry.
100%, because Patrick Dempsey does not look...
That immediately ruled out Mitch.
Oh, man.
That immediately ruled out Mitch because the killer was super skinny. And
he was really thin.
The killer was super skinny. I was like, it has to be Ryan.
That's why I thought it was Ryan, too, because I was like... Obviously, you're putting this guy, or you're putting...
He's tall and skinny. I was like, it has to be Ryan. But then I was like, because to me, I mean, obviously have not met the man in person, but to me, Patrick seems pretty short-ish.
To me, too. He seems like an average height for a man, which is not 6'3".
Right, yeah.
And so I was also thinking, I was like, there's some tall, lanky dude in this.
Yeah.
Because... he also looked that way in the school whenever he captured Evan and Addison Rae.
Right,
yeah. So, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I thought it was those three. I immediately ruled out Mitch after I realized that the killer was a little too tall and skinny.
You were like, okay, off the list.
Off the list. I'm so sorry, Mr. Mitch. But yeah, what clicked for me at the end that it was McDreamy was when he came up to Jessica and was like, it was, Bobby, like, I'll shoot him.
You're like, you's a damn lie. You know damn well.
Mm-hmm.
You a motherfucking liar, but okay.
Let me see if there's something else that I wanted to... Oh, okay. I love this scene. And it is a really good scene, but I still really love the cat scene. The scene where Jessica realizes that it's McDreamy and she's like, you didn't ask me what I was thankful for. And he's like, what are you thankful for? And she pulls out Bobby's phone and it's like, the service in here.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I love
and
that
she was what was she? She was like on live the entire time, right? Oh man, that was a really good thing. That was really fun.
Can we talk about, listen, I love my man. And basically this whole episode is Patrick Dempsey.
Absolutely.
But can we talk about this man's Massachusetts accent?
Thank you so much for bringing it up because I'm not even joking, I was literally about to mention it.
He was literally the only one in the movie with an accent.
And it sounds awful.
It does. I'm so sorry, Mr.
Awful.
Dempsey. But...
Patrick Dempsey, I love you with my whole heart. I think you need a new voice actor, whoever's trainer, whoever's helping you with this, because that accent was not giving.
Can I say
Massachusetts? It was giving Mexican who lives in the Bronx.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say something. What I was gonna say is I am genuinely surprised that neither Chris Evans or John Krasinski were in this movie, because I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but I mean I know for sure Chris is like from there, right? Chris Evans. He's like super known for like his accent. And then I'm pretty sure John Krasinski's also... Chris is from Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And then John Krasinski... I'll tell you.
Boston.
John Krasinski is also from Boston,
Massachusetts.
From
Boston, Massachusetts.
But the main one that I thought of was Chris. I was like, I feel like Chris would have been really
cool. I don't know. And
it's a Massachusetts native.
And it's one of those unfortunate things where it's more so like, Patrick Dempsey, you are so blessed. You got your looks and your acting skills, but that accent, baby, put it away. I'd rather have I don't know. You just should have just left it alone. It was just so bad.
His regular accent is just fine.
Yeah, like I don't think he needed to try as hard.
We'll survive.
It was great.
He was fine.
Yeah, and either way. But okay, let's go.
Yeah.
That was poor dude. Okay, let's go ahead and move forward a little bit. Do you have some reviews for us?
I do.
We love some reviews
from two people.
Yay.
Nothing too crazy. Okay. The first one is from Miss Audrey Reyna. She's pretty annoying woman.
You're like, that's crazy.
It's my sister. She didn't really say much, but she just said, such a silly, fun gore fest.
Which, 100%. Like, if you had to describe this movie, that's exactly what it is. And it's a silly gore fest.
My sister's not a huge gore person. Like, she can't do Terrifier or stuff like that.
Understood.
But I think this was a perfect amount of gore.
Oh, that's good.
For her.
Good.
Which I appreciate.
I think, yes. I think for my horror babies who do not like horror and you're trying to maybe get or understand a movie that is horror related, but like you don't know if you'd be able to be scared, give this one a try. I think you can give this one a try. It's gory. It's not Terrifier gory, but it's, would you put it on the same level as like Saw?
I feel like there are two different types of gores too.
Okay.
I was leaning more towards Terrifier if Terrifier wasn't what it is. You know what I mean?
Because I feel like it's, yeah.
Because if you think about it, it was pretty.
It is actually
crazy.
It is pretty gory. Yeah.
I can't. For some reason, all of my slasher films have completely.
I would say, I know, me too. I would say it's like on the level of like, because it's gory, but it's, and like, okay. Here's the thing too, is like this movie is gory. But I think what really helps with this movie that I think, well, no, because Terrifier also kind of has like comedic relief. I don't know.
Can we say it's like in between? Okay, this is what I think. I think from least to most, it's Thanksgiving, Saw, Terrifier.
That sounds good.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
That sounds good. And the thing that really helps in this movie is that it there are really like actual comedic moments that like I laughed my ass off because I was like, bruh, this shit is too funny. Yeah. And it's also one of those movies that like you don't really take serious. I mean, Terrifier does have comedic like scenes, and it's like very like, oh my god, he's so funny, he's so unserious, and that's kind of the theme on this one too. It's just very like a hee hee ha ha moment. It's funny. I like it a lot. So yeah, that was just
Saw
the only
doesn't
thing.
really have any.
No, Saw it all. That's more just so like to compare for gore.
No.
But but it's not funny. If anything, I cried during Saw.
Girls,
the Saw X. But okay, yeah. But she was correct in her review. It is a very silly
Fun
gore fest. Yes.
Yeah.
What's our second one?
Second one is from Horror Daddy's podcast. I'm so
Nuestro
sorry. I don't know which one of y'all
amigos.
sent this,
But
I assume both of y'all think the same thing.
I'm sure.
They said favorite kill. They're gonna have to go with Yulia.
Yulia's was good. We just went over that, but it's so good.
That was a little jump scare. It's like it was obviously anticipated that he was gonna show up behind the mirror.
Right.
I'm
But
very sensitive about
stabbing her
eyes.
eardrums, bitch. And then she was like flipping flopping all over the place because now her equilibrium is like all out of place, bitch.
Yeah. I'm
Tripping,
very
hollering.
sensitive about eyes. And the fact that we were getting close-ups of her putting her contacts in, I was like, something's about to happen.
Yeah.
But no, it ended up being her ears. Which
But that's
I think
still
is
so
just
fucking
equally
gross. Yeah, like
bad.
it's still just as sensitively bad.
And then they said, even though the way the waitress went out got me off guard. That was a really cool, like...
That's really cool. I like the way that he...
first kill, but it was the first, like revenge kill.
Yes,
which I
yeah.
think
Like when the kills and victims started happening back to back. That one was also a really good one. I liked because I like the setting of it too, of like she's closing up the diner and it's just her by herself in there and she's like sweeping and all that stuff, and then she goes to the back, and then obviously like,
you know what sucks about me, and I don't know if you feel the same way. It's
about
like
me.
For sometimes I feel like sympathy for them. Like for the waitress
victims?
and for Kathleen, I'm like, I kind of don't want them to die. But then I remember that they're horrible people. Characters. That their characters were horrible people, and they literally... I mean, to be fair, Kathleen, she was a terrible person, but she didn't really kill anyone.
True.
But Lizzie did literally de-scalp.
She did.
Someone.
And didn't even try to...
She didn't even... Oh, I can't even...
Yeah, it was bad. Her de-scalping was bad.
But yeah, and they said that their favorite part is between the opening and the parade.
The parade scene was good.
Really
I like the parade
cool.
scene. The parade scene was really good.
And I loved when the clown just came up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, I really liked that. I love me some clowns, and the fact that there was a clown incorporated in this movie just for a literal second, I thought was really cool.
It was really cool. I liked it. I enjoyed. That's a really good scene. The opening scene, I'm trying to remember what happens. How does the movie open?
The movie opens with the point of view of Sheriff McDreamy walking up to the front door. He knocks, and then Mitch opens.
And then he goes into and it's like Thanksgiving dinner. You're so right. Yeah. That is very true. That's actually foreshadowing?
Yes, because if you think about it, what it reminded me of was Michael Myers' point of view.
Yes!
Yeah. I was like,
yes, that is so 100% true.
Something, and I feel like it's kind of like a nod to it, you know?
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah. I didn't really realize that. Now that that's like pointed out. Ooh, I like that. Thank you guys so much for your reviews. We appreciate them, and we hope to continue receiving them. Okay, let's go ahead and move the episode along. So, since we are nearing the end of the episode, let's go ahead and play a little Would You Rather? Yeah. So for this movie, it's a little Thanksgiving themed, but would you rather attend a Thanksgiving dinner filled with corpses and a human as a turkey, or navigate a dark and foggy forest haunted by vengeful turkeys on the loose? I'm going with a dinner. And I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me.
If vengeful turkeys...
They're like, you killed my cousin.
Well, not just that. If vengeful turkeys are anything like grouped geese, I'd rather attend a fucking dinner with... Have you ever seen how aggressive geese get, bitch?
We had one come to the hospital a couple months ago.
Oh my gosh. Geese are mean as fuck. Mm-hmm. They are horrible. And especially when they're like in groups, bro, there's no mercy for anyone. Like legs, ankles, knees, thighs, gone. You will be not decapitated. What's the other word?
Mauled?
Like where they just take off your legs. Maybe decapitated. No, because decapitated is with your head, right? I don't know. Either way, they're eating you alive.
Severed?
Maybe.
In a way?
Sure.
Maybe.
They're eating you alive immediately. And so if turkeys, and I think turkeys are probably either the same size, if not bigger, if they're anything like those geese, I'd rather sit at a dinner with dead people, because at least they're not asking me questions. They're not biting at my legs.
How's school going?
Exactly. Yeah. Y cuándo es la boda? Y cuándo, when am I getting children? Or, you know, how's the work and all this stuff? And I'm like, leave me alone. And then if it's a human as a turkey, respectfully decline. I'm on a diet. Mm-hmm. They're like, but this white meat, per se. No, thank you. Yeah. So I'm keeping that. Yeah. So what about you?
Me. Okay, here's the thing. If I was, I'm gonna choose the dinner.
Okay.
But I love how I say this all the time and whatever. But if I was in a haunted forest, or if I was in a dark and foggy forest with a bunch of vengeful turkeys chasing me, I would just pull out the 9 and be like,
just everybody getting turkeys this year.
Mm-hmm.
Just go turkey hunting. That is so funny.
Yeah, but no, I would choose the dinner.
I would choose the dinner because it sounds like a peaceful time.
Yeah, like no one talking.
It'll probably be a little stanky, but that's why there's like candles.
Right.
Mm-hmm,
right.
Mm-hmm. Good times. Okay.
All
right. Good.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and rate this movie before ending the episode. Now, this is a horror movie, so we will have our 2 scales of satisfactory and scary. Just because a horror movie is good does not always mean it is scary, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. So, Monica.
Yes, that's mine.
What do you rate this movie?
Thank you for asking. Scary scale for this movie, I'm giving it a solid 7. And 7, I think, is a pretty high rating. And mostly because there's a point for each kill and how gory they were. because that's really what they were. I'm knocking off points mostly because of my history with horror, and I wasn't truly scared watching this movie.
Right.
But that's because I like I like these things.
Right.
So I was not scared. However, I have to give scare credit where it's due, which is with the gore, which I enjoyed. Really good. Now, Satisfactory, I'm giving it a full 9 out of 10. It was so good for me.
It was, yeah.
Like, this is definitely a movie considerably that I would own. I'm knocking off a point for McDreamy's accent. Awful. Terrible. It didn't do it for me.
Patrick, we love you.
We love
We
you.
just want the best for
Absolutely.
you.
Next movie, if you're in it, don't do it. Don't do the accent. No, like, be in it. Just don't do the accent.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
just say, I don't know. But yeah, those are my ratings. What about you?
Scary. Same.
It was a 10 out of 10 with that accent. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Scary
Leaving
for
him alone.
me. Okay, I'm gonna give it like a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrifying.
No.
But there were. I will admit, I'll give it for the gore. I'll give it for the few jump scares that we had. Like, for example, I think the very last jump scare that we got was, literally, I think the last scene where Jess and Ryan are in bed, and Jess hears something in her closet, and she like goes up, and it's like burning McDreamy.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That was kind of like the last jump scare.
That was a little bit of a jump scare, and that was a good one.
But there were more too, like when the killer stood behind the mirror and behind
there were some good moments of a little bit of like tension and
I did jump
for sure.
Overall, again, I really enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed the gore. I thought it was really cool. Satisfactory, I'm also gonna give it like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a fun time.
Like the motive, it was okay. I just wish we could have. I wish we could have seen more of the motive.
Yeah.
During the movie.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
I'm obviously not docking a point for
the accent.
For saving the cat. For
100%. No, that's not the docking of the point.
No.
No.
But yeah, I think Monica. Trust me, the accent was a jump scare on its own.
You hear it and you're like, oh.
I think Monica has more beef with it than I do.
I do. I have a bone to pick with that man now.
But hey, if you're gonna have a bone to pick with a man, it better be with his trainer.
Okay. Oh, that's true. They're straying him the wrong way.
I have a trainer and he just did it all by himself.
True. Very true. Okay.
But yeah, no. Overall, 6.5 out of 10 for scary.
Satisfactory. 9 out of 10.
Really good jump scares. I wasn't closing my eyes though, which is not a problem. Satisfactory. 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie, and I'm really glad that I watched it.
Good.
Yeah.
We love that. All right. Well, guys, it looks like we are concluding this episode on Thanksgiving 2023. It looks like we are pretty much at the end of the episode. As always, this was a blast to record. It feels kind of good going back to recording on our little OG way. It feels a little more personal, and it feels cool.
If my voice sounds weird, I'm so sorry. I'm moving all over the place, and I'm just like,
oh yeah, me too. I'm like this way, that way. I'm close, I'm far.
If it sounds a little weird.
Yeah, for sure. However, if today's episode intrigued you and you haven't,
we didn't do the cast.
Hey, just know Patrick Dempsey's in this.
Just know Patrick Dempsey. Okay, I'm gonna do literally
like a speed run of the cast.
Patrick Dempsey, Sheriff Eric Newland, fine as hell, love you. Ty Olson as Mitch Collins, Gina Gershon as Amanda Collins, R.I.P. Gabriel Davenport as Scuba, he did great. Karen Cliche as Kathleen, R.I.P. Nell Verlack as Jessica. Love you, Miss Girl. You did amazing.
She did do good. She did.
Your main character name. Rick Hoffman, who looks very familiar. I think he's in the...
Is that the dad?
Suits. Yeah, he's the dad as Thomas Wright.
Yeah, he is.
Derek McGrath as Mayor Canton, which we barely see. Jalen Thomas Brooks as Bobby.
Love him.
Catherine Trowell as Mayor Canton's wife, which we also barely see. Micah Amundsen as Lonnie, R.I.P.
Go.
Amanda Barker as Lizzie, R.I.P., but you kind of deserve that shit.
100%.
Shaylin Griffin as Amy. Ooh, rip. That hurt my cooter, bro.
Rip for real.
Tim Dillon as Manny. Chris Sandiford as Doug, R.I.P. His was so sad.
It was
He got
sad.
stampede to death. Addison Rae, listen.
She kind of ate.
She kind of ate.
She kind of
She
ate.
kind of ate.
Honestly surprised.
I am also surprised.
Good for her. Good for her.
Her acting coach or whoever.
Is doing
you
her
hit me up?
justice. Just you need to hit up Patrick Dempsey.
You.
If you want to help anything,
the man can act.
he can.
But it's just his voice.
It's
his
his
accent.
accents.
His
He
voice
needs
is
a little. He needs to
hot,
work on
but
that.
His accent.
No, overall, really good cast. Everyone
Addison
did really
Rae
good.
as Gabby and Tommaso Sanelli as Evan, Jenna Warren as Yulia, and my man Milo Manheim as Ryan. So that was fun.
That was so funny.
Great. I will be honest. Great cast, good acting.
Yeah, it was just an overall fun time. It looks like everyone bonded really well.
Yeah.
And everyone knew how to,
I really
act
enjoyed it.
on screen.
Really enjoyed it.
That's all we asked for. Okay, now we're at the end. And so, but if you enjoyed today's episode and you were intrigued by it and you haven't watched this movie, well, you can still watch it, but you can watch it only in theaters right now. It's not really out on streaming services just yet. But however, thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening. We always appreciate you and your friends and family for tuning in and listening to us. And if you want to keep up with us, then all of our social media is in the summary description.
Yeah. And as we say, literally all the time, and hey,
We are so appreciative.
we're in the, I mean, it's not
Well, it's not Thanksgiving ananymore, but do
we're-
know.
We're in our grateful era. Okay.
Yeah.
And because we didn't specifically have a Thanksgiving episode, I
Yeah.
mean, this is it, but it's like a million years later.
Yeah.
We just want to give our thanks to
Yes,
you guys.
we're
Truly. Like, I'm not
thankful
even saying this,
and grateful.
obviously, I'm not saying this like in any sort of joking way. Like,
Yeah.
we really are super thankful for you guys. We have grown so much as like podcasters and horror freaks in general.
Our little tiny community.
We love it, and we love seeing everyone's like DMs of
like telling us your
and
thoughts.
comments too.
Yes,
Like,
comments and letting us know.
We love getting comments saying like, we just follow you guys on Spotify. We can't wait to hear and all of that. It
Yeah.
makes us so happy and so excited, and it makes us feel like we're making a difference.
Yeah, like we're making a difference in the world. No, it
like,
truly feels really cool to be
yeah.
able to connect with you guys on something. Again, I say this all the time, on something on a topic that is honestly not as loved or not like as popular.
Yeah.
I think we're getting to that point where this is a whole conversation.
conversation.
Over consumerism with horror is becoming a thing. However, I think we know who the true horror fans are and who the true horror freaks are, and it feels so good to connect with you guys. And so it makes us feel really good and motivated when you say that you're gonna, listen to our podcast and let us know what you enjoyed and what episode was your favorite. And it just keeps us on deck, and it helps a lot. And we are very grateful and super, super thankful for having you guys, and just continue to help us reach more people so that we can do more things, talk to more people, and maybe collaborate with other podcasters. We are super, super excited to collaborate with Horror Daddies. We seriously cannot wait for you guys to listen to that episode. We still have some ideas in mind, and
if you guys have any ideas too,
like if
feel
you have
free
ideas with someone that you like, you want us to mesh with someone, like let them know, let us know. We're just we're really grateful, and it's an exciting time. So thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, yeah, and with that being said, if you liked today's episode and you would like to continue listening to us, please tune in to next week's episode, where we finally start getting into our Christmas-themed horror, maybe some creepmas upon us, and we are going to be covering It's a Wonderful Knife, which is a new horror movie. I think it's a little indie movie. I'm not 100% sure. I think from what I saw, it's on Amazon Prime, AMC Plus, and I think it's on Shudder too. So if you have Shudder, I think it's on there. I'm excited. I have not seen a preview.
I haven't either, and I don't think I'm going to. So
Me either.
Let's
Me
just
either.
go into this.
Yeah, we're gonna go into this completely blind, and I'm excited. This is our first horror Christmas movie, and I'm so excited because as much as I am a Halloween girl, I like dark Christmas.
Me
so like I
too.
love like Krampus. I love like-
I love the vibe and the aesthetic of the lodge.
yes, like dark winter.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so good. And so when we, when you mix horror and like winter Christmas, like it's a good time. It's a really good time. So I'm excited.
Me too.
Okay. Let's see. Well, before we end it, Jessica, I have a very important question before we take off.
You have to say my name again, differently, in a specific way that I think you know.
In a Jessica,
Yes.
like that. Just yell it.
Yeah.
Just like Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah.
But I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. Do you think that this week's movie was a movie?
I think. You know what I think?
Yeah, I think I do.
I think we should be grateful for something,
We should be grateful for something.
and that is for the service in here.
That is 100% true.
Yes, I think this movie was a movie.
It
I
was
think
a
this week's
movie. This movie is really insane. It's
It was a movie.
It does. It's a movie.
And
it
we
goes
ha-
beyond the depth of like if you're a true horror fan, like you're truly going to enjoy this. It's a good movie.
I
There's
think so.
that's like the best thing that I can
Yeah.
put out there for this movie. But good,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad to know.
It was a movie.
Well, there you guys have it. Thank you guys so much again. I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Let's enter Creepmas, and we will talk to you guys next week. And as always, we've been your host, Monica.
And Jess.
Stay safe
And
stay spooky.
Oof, that was scary. I can't wait to come back next week.